Hey ho, 2 more stories for all my fans, friends, and fantastic subscribers. As always, spelling and grammar mistakes courtesy of Reddit. Lol. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps this channel grow. Thank you. This story is titled, My 29 male sister, 25 female, is engaged to the guy, 29 male, that used to bully me in high school, and I don't know what to do. When I was in middle and high school, I was horrendously bullied by one of my classmates. He would call me names and make fun of me and get his friends to do the same. He'd shove me, push me, or try to trip me every time he had the chance. He'd often grab my backpack and put it somewhere I couldn't reach and laugh at how short I was. In addition to the daily taunting and bullying, he turned most of my friends against me and ruined my social life. Needless to say, I hate him more than anything. About 2 to 3 years ago, my sister started dating him. During these years, he never apologized to me or even showed any remorse. Despite that, my sister has gone ahead with their relationship. Recently, my sister announced that she's engaged. Additionally, she also said she's 10 weeks pregnant and that she's expediting the wedding, so the child is born in wedlock. She told me that she hopes I'm no longer holding a grudge and that I should just attend her wedding and walk her down the aisle. An accident left my father paralyzed 6 years ago, so I'm supposed to be the one to do the honor. I felt really betrayed and hurt that my own sister would choose to spend her life with someone that ruined my life for years, so I told her, thanks for letting me know. But I really can't stand the sight of someone that ruined my youth. I won't come to your wedding, so you should find someone else to walk you down the aisle. I really don't want name to be near me because he makes me very uncomfortable. My sister then starts crying and tells me that I'm an asshole and that I hurt her feelings. Our parents scolded me for being mean and childish. Even my wife thinks I overreacted and that I should just go to the wedding. My sister and I have been very close for the past few years, and I feel really angry and betrayed that she's choosing someone that made my childhood traumatic. She's otherwise really nice to me, and we do see each other at least once a week. However, I'm completely lost and have no idea what to do. Any advice is greatly appreciated. Comment 1. It would be one thing if he showed real remorse and apologized, but since he hasn't, don't waste time on that asshat. Ask your parents why they would rather defend a bully over their own son. Don't apologize for not wanting to be around someone who continues to make you uncomfortable. Comment 2. Maybe I'm a little jaded because I was bullied when I was a kid too, but I think you should go to the wedding and ruin his day. At the wedding, refuse to shake his hand when you walk your sister down the aisle and give her away. Keep having coughing fits during the vows. At the reception, mess his hair up, accidentally, spill a glass of wine on him, throw food at him when he's dancing, and any other petty stuff you can think of. Nothing harmful, just embarrassing. Try to do it slyly when no one is paying attention. It's guaranteed that he's a sociopath and he'll try to attack you. If he gets violent, call the police and have him spend the night in jail. Everyone in the hall will know the kind of asshole he is when that happens. People like that deserve everything they get. Comment 3. Did she know when she started dating him about how he treated you and what you had to go through? Without that context, it's hard to offer more complete advice. However, you are well within your rights to not attend the wedding, and certainly within your rights to not be involved in the wedding as a participant. You took a principled stand for yourself, and that is commendable. As adults, one of the only pieces of leverage we have on our family is our presence. The family chose to support your bully instead of you, so you should choose to not be around him to prove that you meant what you had said. Comment 4. Your father may not be able to walk down the aisle in a traditional sense, however he could escort your sister while he is in a wheelchair, even if he is being pushed. Your sister chose to have a relationship with your childhood bully. You are under no obligation to facilitate a relationship with him, or to do anything that will make it easier for her. The whole thing to do would be to agree to walk your sister down the aisle, and when the questions is posed, does anyone object to this marriage, then to voice your objection. At that point you could explicitly detail the abuse you suffered at his hands and how he is a horrible person, walking out afterwards and not attending the ceremony. As I said, this would be the whole thing to do. Simply refusing to walk your sister down the aisle is not. Op should also let his sister and parents know that he will never have anything to do with his former bully. Let them know that if Op is at a family event and the bully is invited, then he will not attend. Additionally, if the former bully shows up, then he will leave. OP's sister has made her choice. Now she, and the rest of the family, will have to live with the repercussions. Additionally, OP needs to ensure his wife is aware that the former bully is not welcome or allowed in his home. If OP's wife disregards his feelings about this, then he may need to reevaluate his own marriage to someone who supports his former bully. In this situation, marriage counseling may help OP's wife better understand the issue and support him appropriately. Comment 5. Stand your ground. If my sibling did this, I'd cut him off on the spot, but I understand we all have different limits. Your sister, your parents, and your wife are all pieces of shite for trying to gaslight you into going, considering they're familiar with the events that took place. Your sister even more so, for dating a person that made your life hell. Bullying is a real issue with real, usually life-altering consequences, and this individual has zero remorse and won't even apologize. I'm so sorry you have to deal with this. I can't imagine how hurt I'd be if I were in your shoes. Sending a big hug. If you have no one to talk to, feel free to PM me. This story is titled, I, 24 female, have betrayed my boyfriend's 24 male trust by looking at his texts. How can I repair this? I live with my boyfriend, and his laptop was the only one that connects to our printer. One day while he was out, I tried to print something from his laptop, but was immediately met with a bunch of iMessage notifications from his ex-girlfriend. I was under the impression that they no longer spoke, so even though I knew that I shouldn't look, I did. The messages were very friendly, not necessarily inappropriate, but far more intimate than I would have expected, based on the disdainful way he talks about her. I was very hurt by this, so when he came home I asked, "Do you still talk to blank?" And he was like, "Not really, only about technical stuff, i.e., details about their old flat and pet insurance payments." I knew that this wasn't true, and I accused him of lying to me. He kept denying, until finally I told him that I had seen the messages. He got very angry at me for looking at his texts, saying that I've betrayed his trust, that I had tried to trap him in a lie, and now our relationship is forever changed. I know that I shouldn't have done what I did. I should have been upfront and told him that I saw the messages come through on his laptop, and I regret that. I've expressed this regret to him, but he is still upset with me and slept on the couch last night and wants space from me today. I am extremely mad at myself and simultaneously hurt by his dishonesty. I do not want this relationship to end. It is very serious and I love him deeply. Being locked in together during this pandemic has been a strain on us, and I just want us to be able to make it until things get less restricted in the summertime. How can I help build trust back between us again? Any advice would be appreciated, thank you. Comment 1. Wait, so you realized he was talking to his ex when you were under the impression they did not speak, then when you confronted him he outright lied and said he didn't really talk to her. And now you are apologizing and feeling guilty and trying to figure out how to fix this. I mean, sounds to me like he got caught being shady, lying, and is deflecting by focusing on what you did in the hopes that it will detract from his violation of trust. Has he even apologized to you, or acknowledged what he was doing? Honestly, I went through something like this with my partner and it was not pretty. I became more and more obsessed with checking his phone and he became more and more withdrawn without ever acknowledging what was making me insecure in the first place, chatting up a female coworker. We were pretty toxic about it on and off for a year or so before we did couples counseling. Having someone, referee, so he couldn't deflect really made a difference. So that would be my advice. But seriously, he did something wrong. Even if these messages were innocent, he lied. You apologized. He can either accept your apology and address his behavior, or he can decide not to forgive you and end the relationship. But what he can't do is make you into the only bad guy here. It's very manipulative. Comment 2. You didn't trap him to lie. He chose to lie. He could have been honest. How upset are you that he still talks to her versus him lying about how he talks to her? You don't deserve trust if you're going to lie until you're caught. You deserve trust because you're honest about stuff. Why is lying about how he talks to her? That's what would be in my head now. Had he said, "Yeah, we still talk sometimes," that would be it. I might be uncomfortable, but no big deal. He lied. Now it's a big deal. Don't let him guilt you into letting go and forgiving because you shouldn't have looked. He shouldn't have lied. Don't repair it. Let him repair it. Comment 3. For what it matters, I can get into my wife's phone, she can get into mine. I don't look at anything on her phone unless she wants me to. Personally, I'm pretty boring. She could go through my messages and wouldn't find anything, but I would still consider it a violation of personal space if she did it without permission. Couples need to have boundaries, and breaching those boundaries can have permanent consequences, and both of you have reason to be mad. But, seeing something on accident is very different from continuing another relationship while in a relationship with someone else and not telling your significant other about it. One is an accident, the other is willful. Thank you so very much for listening. Please check out my other videos and like and subscribe.